Wear Testers.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy NY Jumpman23 here from WearTesters.com, here to finally give you a performance review, what you've all been asking for, and it is the Adidas Crazy Explosive and the Adidas Crazy Explosive Prime-Knit. Now, on to the tractioning. Tractioning on the Crazy Explosive Prime-Knit and the neoprene version is exactly the same. The rubber compound is inspired by like a coral reef type pattern, and it works, completely works. It's solid, but very pliable, soft rubber. So it definitely isn't recommended to play on these outdoors because the traction will run out very quickly. However, when playing on indoors, doing hard lateral cuts, stop and go, stuff like that, I was able to stop on the top, just on a drop of a dime without a problem. Overall, the traction pattern works. I mean, it's not as great as I would say the D Rose 7. And however, the Crazy Explosive doesn't use continental traction on any other pairs as far as I've known. But if they put that on, man, this outsole will be legit. But that's just my opinion. However, the Crazy Explosive traction pattern, whether you get the Prime-Knit version or the neoprene version, will work extremely solid. First and foremost, straight to the cushioning. What can I say? Boost is life. If you hadn't heard from Brian, Jaren, or Chris, hey, you heard it from me too. Boost is life. The Crazy Explosive is one of the most comfortable basketball shoes ever worn, period. The Crazy Explosive almost feels like an Ultra Boost inside a basketball shoe. While the heel does feel a lot more prominent in regard to the boost, the forefoot does seem a little bit light. It's because the way they set up the caging, or non-existent caging around the medial side of the foot, it allows a little bit more exposure for the boost to expand. Therefore, it feels a little bit more soft. Compare from the D Rose or the Crazy Light 2016, where the forefoot was a lot firm. This, even the heel was a little bit more firm. But the Crazy Explosive felt a lot more plush and a lot more bouncy. So for those who don't like that super bouncy feel, this shoe is probably not for you. But for those like myself, who are a little bit older, have knee pains, back pain, stuff like that, and need or require the proper cushioning upon impact, the Crazy Explosive is definitely the top choice on the list. Definitely worth it. Boost is life. Now, onto the materials. Only difference, one's neoprene, one's constructed with Prime-Knit. The Prime-Knit version doesn't have any fuse overlays, so it's all construction of Prime-Knit all around the foot, including the same usage of materials of the nylon and the inner GeoFit booty. In regard to the neoprene version, it has that nylon GeoFit booty also as the Prime-Knit, but this one differentiates with the neoprene material all along the midfoot and the overlays, with the fuse overlays on high wear areas, including the toe box. But in regards to weight, I don't have anything to measure the weight. However, in hand, the neoprene version does actually feel a little bit slightly lighter than the Prime-Knit version. Don't know why, but they probably, on the Prime-Knit version, they probably used a lot more Prime-Knit in certain areas where there's a lot of more pressure or high wear areas, so it reinforces you on the foot. That's why it feels a little bit more heavier, which is understandable. Both shoes use the Infinity torsion plate to give you more stability along your foot. Same amount of boost, same rubber cushioning. You can't go wrong. It's a really doesn't matter if you want to save $20 or you want to spend the actual $160 compared to $140. Both shoes perform exactly the same. Feel around the foot. It's a lot more breathable on the Prime-Knit version than it is the neoprene version, but overall the shoe fits and plays exactly the same. There's really not much of a difference. Depends how. Onto the fit. Whether it be the neoprene version or the Prime-Knit version, I would say stay true to size. Regardless, even if you wear an ankle brace, the way it's modified with the inner fit booty, the GeoFit booty, is that it contours extremely well to your foot. Regardless if you wear the neoprene version or the Prime-Knit version, both utilize a dynamic lacing system, which I would say 4 lace loops haven't been seen or heard or utilized in a shoe before. But the way Adidas has done it is that it's placed, the lacing is placed strategically to wrap around your foot very, very tightly, but not to the point where you're like losing, blood flow, but to the point where it locks down your foot so you don't have any slippage out the shoe, which is completely unheard of, which is great. I did have some issues in regards of like having to tie the shoe a little bit tighter on occasions on plays, but then again, that happens to That occasionally happens to every other shoe that you play in when you're doing a lot of hard cuts and a lot of hard movements. Regardless, I would stay true to size, regardless if it's the neoprene version or the primeknit version. Although the primeknit version fit onto the support. Well, the support comes from multiple components modified into the shoe. First, the strategically placed lacing system that's utilized in the Crazy Explosive, whether it be the primeknit or the neoprene version. Great lockdown on some occasions where you have to tighten up the laces up top, but that's normal for any other shoe from playing, you know, a lot of hours, a lot of time, depending on the humidity in the gym also. But again, stay with these indoors. The second comes from the ultimate boost cushioning. Feels like Ultra Boost on a basketball shoe. It's unheard of. It's amazing. Secondly is the GeoFit booty. The neoprene inner, the nylon inner, wraps around you, hugs your foot, but not to the point where you lose constricted. Allows you to naturally fit your foot in. It contours to your foot. Secondly, if you do wear an ankle brace, I do suggest bringing it in store and try it on with the ankle brace. I've tried an McDavid ankle sleeve and also the Adidas Speedform wrap, the same one that D Rose uses daily in the NBA. But they contour to my feet and fit the shoe perfectly fine. So I had really no issues regardless if I used an ankle brace or not. And last but not least is the Infinity Torsion Plate. Gives you enough stability without, you know, falling over or flailing over to, you know, constrict with the boost. So it really makes your feet feel, you know, in place without having to feel instability from, you know, the overly boost cushioning, because people think, you know, Ultra Boost in a basketball shoe is a lot more bouncy. Aren't you gonna fall over? No, because of the Infinity spring plate that they placed into the midsole with the boost. Overall, whether it be the primeknit version or the neoprene version, I would pick either or. It really doesn't matter. If you want to spend the extra 20 bucks, get the primeknit version. If you want to save 20 bucks, get the neoprene version. Weight wise, they're very, very similar. The neoprene version feels a little bit lighter in hand. Same boost cushioning, like boosts life completely. For people who want that plush ride, who want that proper inept feedback, so your knees don't feel the amount of crunch and pain and whatnot. Traction is good. Support is good. I haven't really found a downside of the shoe other than I wish a lot of the Adidas features this year, especially the D Rose 7, Crazy Light 2016, and the Crazy Explosive would kind of try to find a way to die down the weight. I mean, I love the boost cushioning, don't get me wrong. I love the materials, but there's got to be some way to kind of die down the weight on the shoes itself. On occasions, I had some issues with the lacing up top, or to come lace after about 3 or 4 plays, but you know, after tying it tight again, ran with it, I was perfectly fine. Durability might be an issue. I've seen some people with lacing it very tight, playing like very high intense games where the lacing loops start coming apart. So that might be an issue in the long run. That's something of a concern, but I'm pretty sure if you contact Adidas, they'll take care of you. Other than that, I do wish they had continental traction or utilize the same traction as the D Rose, but with a continental rubber. But other than that, overall, the shoe is amazing. Well, ladies and gents, that's it. Thank you for tuning in to the Adidas Crazy Explosive Performance Review, whether it be the neoprene version or the primeknit version. Other than that, if you have any questions, please shoot it down below in the comment section. Other than that, if you have any other questions, you can hit me up on social media with Instagram or Twitter at nyjumpman23. Other than that, stay tuned for the next performance review, which most likely will be the Air Jordan 31. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you need to find out where to purchase these particular pairs below, whether it be the primeknit or the neoprene version, I'll leave links down in the description box. We'll hit you up. Shout out to Rev Up Sports for getting this pair, the primeknit version, to me, so I can finish this performance review of both pairs in one. So shout out to Rev Up Sports. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video to all your peers, coaches, whoever wants to know about performance reviews. Make sure you keep it locked at weartesters.com for all your other performance reviews, because that's what we do. This is NY Jumpman 23 signing out from weartesters.com. Glad you tuned in. Peace.